Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. Here we're going to choose between Paladin and Warrior. Warrior, it's been longer, but Paladin, there's a couple less videos on the channel. I'd like to try to get the classes roughly equal and then just start playing them in a cycle as it comes up. So we'll do Paladin to catch up a little bit, although the Warrior has been a lot better for me. We'll see if I can make the Paladin work. Alright, I think you have to take the Outdoor Peacekeeper, as nifty as the Kodo is, because first of all, Paladins don't have that much removal, so sometimes you really need this humility effect. And second of all, if you change an enemy minion's attack to 1, then later the Stampeding Kodo can kill it, so if I get another Kodo, I can make some use out of it. Here, these are all fine cards. I'm going to take the Argent Protector. It's really important as a Paladin to have lots of tricks, because you don't have that much good removal, so tricks are a good effect to have. This is an extremely irritating pick, because humility I'm not that big a fan of. I mean, you do reduce a minion's attack to 1, you go down a card, and yes, sometimes it's really important to be able to do that, but at the same time, having real stuff is something I would generally prefer. Can Paladins do aggro? I don't know. I'll take an Abusive Sergeant. Sometimes the buff is nice to have, and I may occasionally play it on turn 1. Okay, the Worgen I think is probably the best creature here, but I'm going to take the Panda so that I can combo it with the Argent Protector, the Abusive Sergeant, and the Peacekeeper. Actually, everything I have so far is great with the Panda. This is some of the best luck I've ever had in the arena with Paladin, was when I got to use Pandas. So let's make sure that we can pull it off. Alright, well, we got 2 of our good Paladin 4-mana cards. I think Hammer of Wrath is going to be my pick. It's card advantage. Or if the creature has more than 3 health, at least you can like Hammer of Wrath it and throw something else away, so it's not card disadvantage at the very least. You can like 2 for 1 with this and not go down a card. And Paladins just need the removal. Now Blessing of Kings is a little bit more explosive, but I think that Hammer of Wrath is a lot more consistent. Okay, so do I take a second Argent Protector? I mean, that is a little bit greedy to have the 2 Argent Protectors, but no actual creatures to Argently protect. So I'll take, man, it's tough. I mean, it's nice to have some Swarm going as a Paladin, but I find that Murloc Tidehunter, seeing lots of Rogues, Druids, Mages, it's just a little bit tricky to actually get that to stick, although it is a fine card. You know what? Let's take a second one. 2 is fine. I just don't want, any more. Do I take another Panda? No, let's stick to 1 Panda for now. I'm going to take this Tiger to make sure we got some mid-game beef in our deck. Okay. Questing Adventurer can be nifty, so can the Ancient Mage, but I'm going to take Equality because if I can flip a Consecration later, I'll have that out. So it's nice, and plus even if you don't have Consecration but you have some Recruits out, you can use Equality to pick off your opponent's creatures. It's a really important card. Alright, well this is one of the worst cards in the game. This is a big dumb beast. I guess we're taking Blessing of Kings. Oh boy, I guess we're taking Questing Adventurer. Not my favorite card, but it's what it's going to have to be. Okay, Silverhand Knight, great 5-drop. I could really just use some good 4-drops. I don't have any right now. These are actually spells. So Spellbreaker or Dark Iron Dwarf? So Paladins aren't good at removal, so Silence is a little bit more valuable for them because since they're not directly killing things, then they're more likely to make use of the Silence. Like a Shaman, can hex something. A Mage can polymorph, but that's like a super Silence. Here, this is, with a Paladin not having cards like that, this is potentially more valuable. Dark Iron Dwarf, though, is amazing. It's a really good buff. You might have your little recruits running around. At 6 mana, you can always at least make a recruit and play Dark Iron Dwarf as a Paladin, which other classes can't do. I think some people are going to yell at me for this, but I'm going to go for the Dwarf. I think that the Dwarf, all you need is a creature on the board, and it's good. This, you need to have like a good target, and it's good, and the extra health on the Dwarf does make a difference. So if I see that again, I'll definitely take the Silence, but I just want like a 4-drop I can play. Again, with this Eye for an Eye, I don't like the Priestess, so we're taking Stormwind Knight. My respect for this card is tremendous, as I've said, and we need some 3-drops now. The Golem is absolutely perfect amidst the trash. Oh, this is annoying. So now I really wish that I had taken like a Loot Hoarder instead of the second Argent Protector so I could take one here. Of course, I couldn't have known I was going to see another one. I don't want to take the Warden as a Paladin because while this is a card I will play, I just don't want to play it as a Paladin because Paladins have so many good 4-mana cards. I don't want to flood any, I don't want to put any 4-drop into my deck basically unless it is superb, and this is definitely not superb. So I can play a stupid Monkey just to have Taunt and a 3-mana or 3-turn play, or I can take this. Now if I take the third Argent Protector, what you're doing here, or what I'm doing here, is basically acknowledging that there will be times when I just play it as a 2/2 for 2 because there's nothing else to put on it. Like if I like have a hand with 2 of them in it, first I have to play one, then I can play the other one. So do I want to concede that or do I want to take the stupid Monkey? I'll take the stupid Monkey, but I'm not happy about it. Okay, the Guardian of Kings is definitely a good card, but Paladins, like I say, are not very heavy on removal, so I'm going to take Light's Justice. It's good against fellow Paladins, it kills all their 1/1s, and sometimes an extra point of damage is all you need. Okay, we'll take another Panda. This is, I consider, a very good 4-drop, and plus, you know, we do have a bunch of stuff now with the Protectors, the Abusive Sergeant, the Peacekeeper, I guess, actually, the Dark-Eyed Dwarf sometimes, Stormwind Knight sometimes, even the Silverhand Knight sometimes, lots of stuff. Okay, Sen'jin is good, but I think I'd rather have more removal, so I'll take the Hammer there. And Consecration is really important over the Dark Iron Dwarf, so now I have Consecration equality. I actually have an out. Mother Jesus, why do I keep getting stuck with Holy Wrath? I mean, this is unplayable trash. I hate this card so much. We're taking an Arcane Golem. It's not really a 3-drop. It's not really good, but we just gotta have it. Okay, so here I could use some more real 2-drops to make it likely for my Argent Protector to have things to do. So although I could use a 1-drop here with the Infiltrator, it is a good one. Let's take this Ooze as an out against weapons, and also just as a 2-drop to play. Alright, I don't think I want a 3rd Hammer of Wrath, nor do I want a Cult Master, because everything is spiking at 4, so I'm not likely to be able to use this. Let's take the Wolf Rider for some extra quasi-removal. Okay, well, we're getting a 4-mana creature. Cult Master, I mean, there's always a chance it'll be good if you have a full board. The problem is if your board gets emptied out, Cult Master just doesn't work very well. I don't want a second Blessing of Kings. Do I already have one? I do. Yeah, it's risky playing with 2. I'll take a Mechanic. It's a decent 4-drop. I'd rather have a Yeti, though. Okay, so we need some more heavy-hitting stuff. We just have 2 5-drops right now. I think I need to take the Ventricle Mercenary. Wouldn't mind seeing a Boulder Fist Ogre or something. Not a chance. Oh, gosh. I don't really want two Wolf Riders. I'd rather have a real 3-drop. This is actually an unfortunate pack. We'll take another Wolf Rider to keep our curve low, but I'm not that happy about it. We'll take this for more targets for Blessing of Kings. Scarlet Crusaders, fine. Can I get some endgame cards, please? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Can I get some endgame? Yeah. I can't take the Silence. I need to take as much endgame as I can. That's the biggest thing there. Well... The big game hunter can definitely come in handy sometimes. But I think I am actually going to take Lay on Hands here. Because I have no endgame, like none. So the only way that I could possibly win is if I just draw a bunch of cards and win through card advantage. This could be good. This can kill big things. I mean, it's tough. There are definitely going to be, well, there might be times when I really regret not having a big game hunter or a Faceless Manipulator to copy my opponent's stuff. But I think because I'm lacking so much in endgame, this is like the one time in my life I would take Lay on Hands. Now, I'm going to say this. I passed on a Justice, but I never saw Stormwind Champion, never saw War Golem, never saw Boulder Fist Ogre, never saw Wind Fury Harpy. The only 6-drop I saw was a Priestess of Elune, which has the stats of a 4-mana creature. I just didn't get endgame in this draft. That last epic would have been perfect if it had been like a Sea Giant. So what do I think of this draft? I think it's average. I predict it will fall into the 4 to 6 range, like a lot of my drafts do. So we'll see if I'm wrong. I think if I am wrong, I will likely lose earlier rather than later. I think it's just like really unlikely to make this up to 7, but Paladin's a fun class to play, so we'll see if we have a good time. Starting off with a mirror matchup here, Craig Urson. I wonder if that's the guy's name. Hello, my name's Craig. Craig Urson. So here, I think we need to mulligan this. I'll keep that as a removal. I don't think I really want to play the Abusive Sergeant because it'll just die to a recruit, but now maybe I will. I don't know. I might play the Abusive Sergeant. Oh, Young Dragonhawk. Okay. Well, all right. I mean, in that case, I'm going to get greedy here. I could have just played the Abusive Sergeant and had them trade, but I'm going to go for card advantage. I'm going to try to kill this Young Dragonhawk with my Panda. So we'll see if my opponent has an answer. He does not have an answer. He's just going to smack me twice. So one problem, of course, here is that I am leaving myself a little bit vulnerable since my opponent has a creature on the board and generally don't want to let Paladins keep creatures. The good news is he doesn't have the coin. He's the first player, so I know no Consecration is coming just yet. And I can kill off both of his recruits here. That is probably, well, I am a Paladin, so he doesn't want to let me keep creatures, but he can't really kill anything of mine, so that makes sense. Okay, well, Questing Adventure I think would be a gigantic mistake here, because next turn he already has an incentive to play Consecration. It really wouldn't make any sense to give him even more of one. So what I'm going to do instead is make a recruit. I will kill his guys. I will not play the Abusive Sergeant because, again, it just dies to Consecration. So if he plays Consecration, he gets his card back. I got a card ahead by killing the Young Dragonhawk. Oh my god, that's pretty solid. Well, I can't complain too much because all my stuff was at 1 health, so it kind of makes sense that, you know, I was going to be in a bit of trouble there. And he's going to make a recruit. So unfortunately, unless I play Wolf Rider, I can't clear out his board. Balls. Well, I think what I'm going to do here is just trade that and play the Panda. Hopefully, I mean, even if he has Blessing of Kings, the recruit becomes a 5/5, my Panda is sharp enough to kill it. I'm more concerned about Hammer of Wrath or True Silver Champion. It looks like he has Hammer of Wrath. He should have played it first, because you should always draw cards first. Oh no, he's playing a Mad Bomber, what? Okay, that Mad Bomber didn't quite work out as well for him. Oh, I could use another one of my Argent Protectors here. It'd be pretty great. Come on, Argent Protector. Damn. Lay on hands. Well, this could have been a Faceless Manipulator, which isn't any good, or a Big Game Hunter, which also isn't any good, so I don't really mind that much. Okay, let's actually clear out his board. So we're going to do this, kill his recruit, kill the Mad Bomber, and I think I will go ahead and play this. He kind of showed a couple turns ago that he didn't have a Consecration, so unless he top-decked one since then, this should be alright. If not, I'll regret that I didn't make the reinforcement, but I think we should be okay. Alright, no Consecration for my opponent. Excellent. Could still use an Urgent Protector. That'd be nice. So we're both just, like, wrestling for board control. Okay, this I cannot play against a Paladin because I definitely want to hold on to it. But I think this is the time to try to make the Questing Adventure happen. Gonna kill off that. Kill off that. And, okay, I'm gonna let him keep that recruit, because he's almost certainly gonna hit my Panda. I think running in there would have been a little bit silly. So we'll see if he has removal for this, True Silver Champion or Hammer of Wrath, or Consecration. Any of those would do it, but I don't think he has Consecration, so it's one of the other two that would need to happen. You know, I just realized I never actually saw any True Silver Champions. Ah, okay, well this is alright, because he kills my Questing Adventure, but now I have a recruit ready to kill his recruit. And my Panda will be pretty happy to kill the Dark Iron Dwarf. If I get my own Dark Iron Dwarf, that'd be great, but no. Alright. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll kill that there. Kill this here, swing for 2. And just get some board presence. So he's got 6 cards after he draws. I've got 6. I'll have 7 after I draw. My cards are a bit dinky. I don't have any endgame in this deck. Like, I have a Ventricle Mercenary, Silverhand Knight, kind of, sort of, and a Fen Creeper, kind of, sort of, but I literally did not see any big creatures, except for 1 Justice, and I think it was totally reasonable to pass on it. So, that's just a 5/6 for 7. So, yeah, this sort of thing, I don't have anything like this in my deck. My only hope is to just overwhelm him. Alright, Dark Iron Dwarf, you are not that helpful, actually. I don't have anything that hits for 5, but I think we're going to need to start racing. So, yeah, we'll just do this. Let's do that. And okay. Swing, 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 swing. Do I play the ooze? I think I have to here. I think I need to go all out. So he hasn't had Consecration this whole time. I still don't think he has it. I need to just try to overwhelm him and race him down, or else I lose. So he needs to not have a Consecration. If he has a Consecration, I lose. He didn't have a Consecration, so I win. That was a bit scary that I could have lost a Consecration at pretty much any point in that game, but given that I saw nothing big in my draft, I just had to go for it. So I made the right play. I went towards my outs, improbable and unlikely as they were. Alright, so that was a good first game. Again, you can kind of see... I think that game illustrates pretty nicely what I said about this deck, which is that it's sort of average. Like, I won, but it was not a smashing victory by any means. Very risky the whole way through. I could have played a little bit more fast and loose. There were a bunch of times when I could have dealt a lot of damage to him and I was sacrificing damage to clear his board out, but I think that was a good decision there. He did have some buffs. Lean Cuisine, that's stellar name there. Alright, we'll keep the Argent Protector, but these guys, as the first player, I need to get mulliganed. It's really annoying. My deck has no end game, but I'm not getting any early game either. Well, the Scarlet Crusader, that could be good. So, unfortunately... Blessing of Kings. Well, unfortunately, Priest can just kill this with Shadow Word Pain, which is a frustration, to be sure. I'll make a recruit. Let's not waste this guy. I think the extra stats, the 2-2 versus the 2-1, it probably isn't worth throwing away the Divine Shield. So we'll see what he wants to do here with himself. Wolf Rider. Well, I'm pretty happy to see that. So that'll hit me once, but it's going to die to my recruit. Or even to my Light's Justice. Interesting. Well, I have some options here. I could, of course, play the Argent Protector, put the Divine Shield here, pop Divine Shield. But I think what I would rather do, actually, is to play this, Divine Shield, and then just kill the Wolf Rider myself. So that Wolf Rider was essentially 3 mana for 6 damage. It's like a mini Fireball. Well, Fireball deals 6 damage, so it was a Fireball that cost 1 mana less, but it went to my face. And I'm alright with that. I think that's fine. I've got 2 creatures here. Pretty good odds, actually, that one of them will survive and have Blessing of Kings put on it. Now, at that point, Shadow Word Death will, of course, kill the creature, which is sad. So I could consider instead playing a Scarlet Crusader for more board presence. And in fact, that is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna play a Scarlet Crusader. So, unless I get Blood Knighted here, I should be alright. I have no True Silver Champions in this deck, so I'm really never going to attack him in the face with this. I'll just always keep it. Ugh. That is frustrating, because it'll pop a Divine Shield dealing only 1 damage. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I could play Equality, but that seems silly. So what I'm going to do instead is... Yes, we're going to put Blessing of Kings on this guy. Hit for 6 and for 1. And what that does is it puts Blessing of Kings on something that didn't already have Divine Shield, so I'm keeping these Divine Shields in play so that I can still pop them for the damage. Popping them for, like, to take 1 damage is just not worth it. Okay, there's a risk, of course, he's going to do Inner Fire and whatever other shenanigans, but I will take that risk. I don't see any particular reason to kill this thing right now. Let's just go ahead and play a big old Fen Creeper. And you know, maybe I will kill this. I'm gonna kill it. Let's just actually kill it, just in case, because I've got this Light's Justice here. Works out kind of perfectly. So I sacrifice 6 damage to kill that beast, but that also removes any potential for Dark Iron Dwarves, Inner Fires, and whatnot. Okay, Sunwalker. Well, it's a good thing I kept these Divine Shields, because I can deal with this pretty easily now. I actually have a couple of options here, you might even say. Let's go ahead and... I'm going to pop the Divine Shield with my face. I'm going to get a bit greedy here. I'm going to pop it with my face. Seductive Sergeant was a pretty good top deck, so now I think I'll pop the Divine Shield on my Scarlet Crusader. Swing, swing, swing. And yeah, I'll just play this guy. So a Holy Nova would kill 1, 2, 3 creatures. It would leave 4 alive. Does he have a Sun Fury Protector or a Defender of Argus to give this taunt? That's the question.
Your magic shall not save.
He does not have a Defender of Argus or a Sun Fury Protector. I believe, folks, this was another last turn irrelevant Molten Giant. Yes, indeed. That's definitely lethal damage. So this is where Paladins are so great, is when you can just put creatures on the board and smash your opponent. When your opponent interferes with you, Paladin is a lot less fun, because you can't get that massive creatures on the board, and then when you have to try to kill your opponent's stuff with spells, you just can't, because you don't have them as a Paladin. That Priest never played Shadow Word Death, or Shadow Word Pain, or Holy Nova, or even Holy Smite, or Holy Fire. Really, he didn't play any Priest removal spells, so that's why it was a smashing victory. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, do please hit the like button and or subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that a lot. And if you want to see how this run ends, then stay tuned. I'll post the rest of the videos shortly. I'll see you in a bit.